Hi Beach Channel, my name is Carly and you're here with Life and Style, and I am here with the lovely Nicole King. Welcome.
Thank you.
Nicole is the owner of Cosmo Contour, and I want to dive in on how you first came about. I want to start with what you were doing before we dive into what you actually do now.
Sure.
So let's see I want to hear a little bit more about what you did before you started this.
Sure. I come from the interior design industry and focusing in hospitality design, product, and the whole realm of really Vegas was where I started for 10 years and then about 20 years in the product side of interior design. So yeah, that's where I started.
That's awesome. And we were talking that you kind of transitioned into this because you like to make things pretty, and this kind of transitioned into
Sure.
this, and you're
Yeah.
making women feel better about themselves as well, or the
100%.
same way you made people feel good about their areas at their houses or their offices
Yeah.
or X, Y, and Z.
Beauty, a home, a club, a restaurant, whatever, turning
Yeah.
something from, ugly stage to beautiful stage is what my passion is for sure.
And it's great because this industry is so focused on making people feel good about themselves. And I love people like you that get to do that every single day because it's such a great thing. Let's talk about Cosmo Contour. You opened a Miami location. Can you tell me where this idea came about? How
Sure.
did you decide you wanted to go into this industry? And
Sure. So we started in 2019 out of Los Angeles, California.
okay.
So it started as a 1,000 square foot, actually interior design project where it was like I had a building that I bought and was trying to utilize the space and wanted to pick something so I had my design office in there, and then I had, how am I going to utilize this other space with something that I believe in and want to do? And that's how it started, where it was body sculpting. We started in body sculpting. And when I say that, it was me. It wasn't even supposed to be me. And that also just somehow the person failed me and didn't come through. And then I started getting in there and becoming Picasso, where I was like, oh my God, I want to see this person's body transform with machines. And the only machines we would use, or I believed in, was FDA approved, medical grade devices, things that were safe and for every body size, in a sense. Like for me, it was for cellulite. And that's how I had, actually Marissa, my daughter, who's my now partner in this, we both were like, digging for treatments, and we're always like comparing notes, and we're putting our heads together like, well, why don't we get into this? And so that's kind of how it started, was just the passion for ourselves.
That's awesome. And let me hear about your daughter a little bit. You guys are partners now. How did she come about coming in, and what has she done to help you run this business?
Yes, good question. So it was about the pandemic, where she had gone to college, and actually from Miami, FIU. And at that time was getting into being from LA, entertainment was her first passion, to do PR and entertainment there. But then the pandemic occurred. So where she was working, basically closed, and she needed a job in a sense, and it was like perfect timing because that's when Cosmo was being born. And I'm like, this is, I think, meant to be. Like, let's push together. And so that's really how it came about. And I think she's doing a phenomenal job in that department. She runs, the aesthetics of the social media and things like that, where it's more her passion. I like to be the creative director and more think about, I already know, 4 more divisions that we have coming, and I have fun with like that part of it.
Yeah. You guys have found your niches and you guys complement each other, which is really great. And especially working with family, because working with family is hard. However, you guys seem to complement each other and do your own things.
Oh, yeah.
separately.
It can get hard. She'll probably have more to say on that.
Family members working with family members. It's no joke.
There's lots of jokes, but the good news is it's like we laugh and then we, and then we'll have tough times and then hugging. Everything's cool.
Because you don't have that type of fear that you have with like another boss. You're just like, oh, like I can talk to her like comfortably.
Yes.
But I first want to dive into what you guys do exactly and why it's different than traditional working out. So let's kind of dive in. When someone arrives at your location, what are they going to expect and what kind of results will they get?
So let me start back from square one, was body sculpting. And then again, the pandemic came, and then I was trying out just at a small scale, the infrared cardio pieces. And I'm a distributor for them. So what happened was, it became a test run. And then I wanted so badly to open the first infrared gym and to have that title and to step into the market. But I had kind of like been, put on hold. But when we did, it was about 2 years ago in Studio City location. So that's when we opened larger and was able to come out and say we're the first infrared gym. Now, some people can say, okay, well, I've seen the rollers before. Well, the rollers were not the only ones. You're correct. But there are only like 2 of us that are really, whether they're a white label or not, they're us, to some degree. So the gym, the infrared gym, that means we have the Stairmaster, the elliptical, the rollers, and
that's what we're looking at right now.
Yeah, elliptical, pods, bikes, everything has infrared light. Now, if it's a pod, if it's a capsule, then that means you're enclosed in a little hotter of a, capsule pod. Even though it's 120 to 130, it's not crazy. It could sound like that, but your head's out. So that infrared is really getting into your lymphatic system. This is like 2 inches into your lymphatic system. So we're not saying don't go, if you want to go use the iron at the gym and work out with the iron, fine. This is an add-on. Yeah. This is something that can't do. This is something that I would say do this once a week minimum. Some people like doing it 3 times. Like maybe they will go to the gym and then come to us, or go to yoga and then come to us, or Pilates and then, or, in whatever order. And there's people like me who just like what I do. I would rather body sculpt, deal with my target areas, and then get into these as the accelerators, and then do EMS suit training, because we do EMS suit training as well. Okay. And that's we are the only ones that are infusing it with infrared. So we're doing circuit training with EMS suit training, and that just allows for anyone that doesn't know, they look like scuba diving suits that you're putting on, and we're getting to engage 350 muscles in 25 minutes. And now incorporating infrared. So you're just getting a thermal approach and biohacking anything out there.
Yeah, and you're probably getting a killer workout that you could get in a large amount of time in less time.
100%. And safely.
Yeah,
and
safely.
We're healing, our machines are healing the muscles, the joints. So when we talk about weight loss, but then we can also talk about what the healing. And again, if people really understood what infrared is doing, read Tony Robbins' book, or read, you know what I mean? Like read some of the things and understand it's not just a light shining on you. Yeah. This is deeper.
It's way deeper. And I mean, the studios look beautiful. We're looking at a few right now. You're in Miami, you're in Studio City as well. If people want to go to both, I know we have a lot of visitors coming and they do live in Miami. I also wanted to talk about the infrared sauna. That's more for aftermath, after your workout.
That's like the third step. I would say body sculpt, then get into our capsules to release everything. We always say drink a lot of water, and then we're gonna, allow for that great sweat. That's why our C's are dripping. It's, you're gonna sweat.
Yeah, I'm
and then
sure.
the sauna would be the last. Like if you want to just even go in with your workout clothes and from the head to the toes, just let it all go.
Does someone have to make an appointment when they come to your offices, or is it like a walk-in
Miami,
type of thing?
we definitely do it that way just because we're newer and we're trying to make sure everything's like people understand it and get the right staffing. We also strive to be a more intimate gym. Medical gym,
which everybody likes.
Yeah. Because I feel like, again, this is designed for a woman like me. I base this on myself. That's just how you start. And I don't feel comfortable like working out with a lot of people.
Yeah.
And so for me, I like that more. Everything, now we'll talk back to design, should be a feeling from the time you walk in, the ambiance of the lighting, the scent in the air, to how the towels smell.
You're touching all the senses.
Yeah, I'm all about that. Like
it really makes a huge difference. I wholeheartedly believe in that. I also want to dive into, we touched on the body treatments a lot, but I want to dive into a few of them, if you don't mind. You have the Morpheus 8, which is it's been popular for a while, but it's becoming a little bit more popular right now. And I just want to talk about what it does.
Sure.
Why you picked the Morpheus 8.
Yeah.
And because I know you have all FDA approved devices. So let's talk about the Morpheus 8 first.
So Morpheus also, so when we talk about body sculpting, we talk about fat reduction, contouring, cellulite, and then we had skin, where skin was like, okay, if you're losing a lot of weight, what's next? The skin could just be, hanging there. And we always want to find a solution for everyone. So I call it the holy grail of skin. So it started in the body sector that we were thinking, because we're working on so many abdomen areas, the tummy, the word Cosmo contours, because we are focusing on the 360 waistline, of the shrinkage. So what was happening? Thin skin. So that's how we tapped into why we brought aboard Morpheus 8. But then the face is very popular. So the faces are now coming. And, when I say more departments to come and divisions, we did dabble in like being a med spa in 2019, and then kind of took a step back so that we can kind of be a little stronger in the body and make that our niche. However, going forward, we will be bringing a lot more faces, and I like to say our inside out programs, which means we already have the medical weight loss, the stem cells, the IV drips, the B12 shots, all the things that you need from the inside out. I don't want to be your one stop. I want it to be a lifestyle. So
Absolutely.
It's, we can keep you healthy from the inside out.
Yeah. And you guys are a trusted name that people can go to and feel good about themselves when they do it. It's really cool that you guys want to do that and are doing it.
Yeah, thanks.
I love this. I also want to talk about some other of the body sculpting things. The M sculpt. How does that? If someone comes in and they say they want to do M sculpt on their stomach, would they be able to do it on their stomach?
Yeah.
What other areas can they do it?
Arms, legs. Yeah, I guess that's it. Glutes.
The glutes as well.
Yeah.
What's the most popular area for that?
Abdomen. Yeah, and glutes.
Okay, abdomen and glutes. And what does that kind of do?
Sure. 20,000 crunches for you in 30 minutes. And the Neo specifically is a 2-in-1 where it's fat reduction and muscle, where our Evolve is 3, which we love. It's all that plus skin tightening. So we the thing that I'm trying to get better at with our clientele is to not even so much focus on the names of the machines.
It's more, you guys are giving a consultation before and seeing what the client wants exactly.
Yes.
And then
you know why? Because technology changes all the time, and I'm seeing already new generations coming out next and next. And I really want us to be body sculpting specialists that you know, kind of sign up for what we call our first time starting point. It's $350 for 2 body areas. You meet your technician. We come up with a program designed for you.
Yeah.
You get to use the gym that day. You get to use actually a little of everything, the infrared body roller.
Okay.
You have a full experience with us. Some people stay in for 2 hours and we pamper them. I call it the buffet style because, you know, I want you to feel everything and every machine, get to know us before we're designing your goal program of what will be either a 4-week, a 7-week, or 10-week.
Okay.
I want to first start there. And I say that because if we start pigeoning ourselves in these machine names, I'm afraid.
Which is what a lot of people do, which is exactly what I was doing.
Yeah. Yes. Because
those were popular questions.
Because of my design product background, I learned that a long time ago. I worked for the Gucci of our industry, and I built lines and I built brands, and I started to realize, and then I would build them so big, and then they'd be like, okay, bye, we're going to put somebody on corporate salary now or whatever. And I'm like, no more. I'm going to I know how to do this to where I'm going to just pick the best and build my own collection.
Absolutely. That's amazing. I also want to know, when the person walks into your facility, they obviously get a consultation.
Yes.
And they let them know what they're going to do and everything. But while they're working out, are they having someone with them the entire time, or they have a plan?
No. Yeah, they have a plan. We, the first time, I do think it's a little
different.
It's different because we have to show you how to work every screen and talk about what your plan are like in that time. But once you become a member, you're just walking in and getting on, and we don't bother you. And it's just, they walk in and go. The first time, like I said, it's a lot of introduction of things. Yeah.
And then with the body sculpting devices, who is doing those? I'm sure you have someone that's obviously qualified to do those.
We have technicians that are trained. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. And I guess the people get to know those people, and they become like family.
Yeah. Then some of our girls just, you know, they want to say, that's my client. And, you know, and you build this relationship. You're in the room with them. That's how I built. I built relationships with my clients. They become friends to you because, you know, you're in a room with them in the body sculpting session for at least an hour, and you're a little vulnerable, right? Like as a woman, you're just now, you let everything out.
And you're literally exposing your most vulnerable insecurities, and
you're trusting us.
And it's good to have professional people doing that stuff, because a lot of times you don't get that at other facilities. I also really love just the atmosphere that you guys have. I mentioned this before, but we keep looking at pictures and I'm like, oh my gosh, this place is so freaking cute.
Thank you.
I know that your daughter went to school in Miami, but why did you choose Miami as your second location?
Well, LA, I will say, I think we were the starters in beauty. I think, you know, New York's fashion, LA's beauty and health and fitness. However, Miami is up and coming, and if it's not already there, it's neck and neck with, I mean, it's, you know, not as old and established maybe, but California and New Yorkers are, you know, pouring in, and I think that it's evolving tremendously. And if I had to pick anywhere where I would want to live, these are the two. I'm 50-50 now, so That's part, but I just think that, when your skin is out, that's part of why LA, I think, has been so much into beauty and bodies and fitness, and Miami, they seem to go hand in hand.
They really do. And the people here just seem to be very into fitness and wellness and everything. Same with LA.
Yeah.
Just you hit it right on the nose. Because when you go to other states, they definitely care about it, but not as much as Miami. I feel like everybody is like really into it. So.
Yeah. And I think everywhere else would be absolutely there. I mean, we're getting 20 to 30,000 a month on our website right now, looking for locations. And people, it's fun to see all the requests of, I want one here, 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 here. And I think we would be celebrated in all these other places, other states. However, if we had to pick where, to start, this is what made most sense. New York is being asked the most next.
Yeah, I'm sure. So everybody wants it in New York.
Yeah, I hope we could get there soon.
Well, this has been amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you for teaching us. I definitely learned so much, and I'm going to come to your location in Miami.
Please. Yeah.
I had a blast talking about this. Beach Channel, this has been Life and Style, and I want to thank Nicole for coming on.